Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest. Welcome back to our blind playthrough of The Return of the Obra Dinn. I'm having such a good time with this game. I was just telling a friend this morning how keen I was to get back to playing this game and how much, both of us were talking about how much we love this music. Oh my god, this music is my freaking jam. Listen to this! Oh, so good, so good! It's ridiculous. It's ridiculously good. It's so jaunty. Oh man, it's great. It's jaunty, it's fun, it's got drama, it's got hella drama. Oh man, it's the perfect song for this game. Excellent, excellent. I think like every time we're probably gonna start the episodes on this title screen because I just love it so much. And I don't want to leave it. I do and I don't. I do. I want to keep listening to this music. I want to play the game. Let's just get to this beat. Oh, it's so good. The best. Let's begin. So, exciting times. At the end of the last episode, we did this. We just opened a door. Let me get my my hands around the controls again. Yeah, because the reason is because there's been a bigger gap between now when I'm starting to record this episode and when I recorded the last episode, because I had to record the first 3 episodes before this series was actually released on YouTube. It's been released now, and so I can finally say, like, my god, guys, thank you so much for the incredibly warm and enthusiastic reception to this series. I'm really, really glad to have so many people on board my ship with me. Hey. I'm gonna make a lot of lame ship jokes as we go forward. But anyway, it does mean like it's been a little bit it's been a little bit since I was last here. So let me figure out my controls again. By the way, somebody did mention in the comments, because I had mentioned that I am using keyboard to play this and I wasn't able to get my controller working. Somebody mentioned that they were able to play this game with controller. However, I tried it again and it just, for whatever reason, it just doesn't work with me. So maybe it just doesn't like my my particular controller. Anyway, let's open this door. Very exciting to open doors, to have any kind of new location in this game. So I'm guessing this is... Well, I was going to say a little quarters, but no, it's more like a little study. I wonder if this is where... I'm doing my best to remember a ship term that I learned through this game right now without looking at the glossary. Is this potentially where... I can't do it. I have to look at the glossary. Glossary where I... Purser? Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Because I was thinking maybe this is where administrative duties are undertaken. Could this be where a purser... Purses? Is this a purse... A purse station? Maybe so. So, the other thing to say as well as we... let's look out. The other thing to say is because it has been, there's been a bigger break before I've come back to this. Put your hand down, my friend. I'm just looking around. Because there's been a little bit of time before I've come back to this game since the last episode. I'm probably just going to, need to go back and forth a little bit with... some of the stuff that we particularly learned in the last episode. I did, check the last episode and the footage and everything, but I'll probably just need to do a bit more checking. But that's what a lot of this game is going to be anyway, right? A lot of this game is just going to be me going back over things and going back over things and going back over things until I sniff out, I suppose, the connective threads. And just as, you know, an ongoing reminder, you know, this is a totally blind playthrough. We want to keep it that way. Totally blind playthroughs are what I like to do on this channel. And that's what I like to deliver to you guys so that you get that experience like of a fully authentic engagement with the game. And with my particular engagement, you know, like there's any, you know, everyone who does their own blind playthrough or whatever, you know, however they do it, it's all going to be totally different, right? Mine is mine. Mine is mine. You guys are going to get my authentic engagement with this game. And that means all the victories as well as all of the failures, all of the in-between, all of the mistakes, all of the forgetting things, all of the misses. I might miss something for ages. It's been known to happen on this channel. It's been known to happen. And, you know, that is just all part of the fun. So, you know, like, what I ask from you guys is that you let me have that fun by not giving me any, not just spoilers by anyone's definition, and everyone's definition of spoiler is very, very different. I mean everything when I say spoiler. I mean the widest range possible of description of that word that you can come up with, but no hints, no sneaky little hints, no, and also just no external information either, please. Like, if I don't know stuff, then that's what I'm going into the game with. Like, if there's something about life out there that I don't know, that's me. That's me engaging with this game. So, yeah, like, it's, yeah, the exact boundaries are always like quite difficult to define on this, but I suppose just as much as humanly possible, that's what I'm asking of everybody. All right, let's open this next door. Oh. A little boat. A little boat. That surely is a punching bag again, right? Supplies. Cloth? Or books? Cloth? I don't think that's books. You know what? I'm going to say it's... My inclination is that this is like cloths folded up. But I don't know. Oh, those are books. Maybe. I think those are books. So why do I not think these are books? Well, for one thing, the window frame is going through them. That's throwing me a little bit. The window frame is going through a corner of this object. So it's as if this object has a corner cut out of it, perfectly in line with the shape of the window frame. But let's assume that maybe that's not quite meant to be that way. I don't know. That could be books. It could be... They just don't seem like the shape of books. That's what it is. But then again, they could be big, wide journals, right? It could be... So rather than... I was kind of seeing like two different vertical stacks of something. I know I'm focusing on this object a lot, but, you know, I'm trying to get my head around where I am and what I'm looking at here. I was kind of seeing this as like two stacks, but actually it's probably one big, wide, squarish object that, you know, has some kind of wrapping around it in the center, which could mean like a big, wide stack of journals. Maybe they're like a mapping, you know, journals, mapping books of some kind. Or maybe it's, maybe again, it's still just folded up sheets. Other than that, yeah. There is little boat. I mean, my only other thought is, could this be like a kind of a bassinet? But like, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think there's a baby, right? Is there a baby? I don't think so. I think it's a little boat. And also, this is a punching bag, I feel fairly sure. What is this? I mean, at first I sort of thought like really, really big grenade, but bottle with some kind of like rope wrapping around it. slippers, really, really big, fancy, comfy slippers. Maybe it's the slipper room. Yeah, the slip. That's what they say on ships. The slip. And, well, why do I... Okay, hang on a second. I keep thinking everything is punching bags, but this can't be... There can't be this many punching bags everywhere, all of different... Now that's more like a bed, isn't it? That's a bed, but it's so first off, it's a bit fancy. It's fancy enough if you get a room to yourself anyway. If you get a room to yourself with a bed in, you're a fancy person on a ship. This looks like something that's potentially openable. However, my guy isn't reaching his hand out. Yeah, alright. Why am I thinking that all of this is a punching bag, actually? When they're all totally different shapes. And there was one... So, this was the first one. I was like, oh, a punching bag. This must be a recreation room. But, like, this... is very different to this. And is different again to this. They're all different shapes with... Yeah, so I don't know if I don't know if punching bag is where I should be going with that, actually. But this one is the door that don't open. Yeah. So something is... I don't know if I would assume that's locked or something else is stopping this from being opened. It's hard to say. Look, there it is again. This is not punching bags. This is this is storage of some kind. This is storage. I should probably get close to things to see if, yeah, they are able to be opened. And what is this little... Hmm? Is this... Alright, is this a bathroom? Is this a bathroom? Is this a ship bathroom? Wow. This is not a very good room for recreation if, like, you know, people are doing their business just here. But I guess on a ship that's life, right? That's life on the ocean. That's life on the ocean. You're in very close quarters with one another. All right. So we've looked at these doors. We cannot go up these stairs. Does that look like something that opens? Kind of, but I cannot open it. How about this door? Ah, finally, signs of life that I recognize. So, a woman's dress? Maybe? What am I basing that off? You know what? I don't know. I don't actually know what... I recognize this as some kind of jacket of some sort. Some kind of jacket or shirt, right? And I could absolutely imagine that being on a woman's outfit. This, it just immediately strikes me as something like woman's clothing because it looks kind of like a slip. But I think I'm thinking of like a modern sort of dress. I don't know what this would be in these times. This is not my forte. This is not my area of expertise. But at the moment, I'm going to say probably women's clothing. Probably women's clothing. Broom, bucket, and 3 beds. 3 beds. While I've got this clothing here, let's take a look at the sketch. You would think... I'm just seeing if do I recognize like maybe this shirt, but it's not very characteristic. And I guess anything I can see anyone wearing, and obviously they may have more than one outfit, I don't know, but they might have also kind of put everyone in the same outfit just to simplify the game mechanics, right? Like, it could be this shirt here, because it just looks kind of plain, long sleeve. You know, I don't think it's this. I don't think it's these things, though Abigail is a little bit in the distance. It could be Abigail's shirt, except that, I don't know, she'd be wearing it up. She would have been wearing it when she died, right? So I don't know. But maybe she has another shirt that looks similar. And I guess it's, I don't know, yeah. Like, it's obviously going to be someone special. We're not talking about these people. They don't have a room to themselves. Who would have a room to themselves? Well, women on the ship, most likely. These are not poor laborers. Any women on the ship, we know this is the captain's wife anyway. These are going to be important people. You know, the Formosan royalty, probably important people. Probably get their own room. Probably get a couple of rooms even. These people are going to have their own room, most likely. Or, you know, at least like rooms that they share, like this one. I would say, you know, and possibly anybody wearing a hat. I would say anyone wearing a hat, that hat may be a ticket to a room. Other than that, I reckon these people don't get a room. And I mean, this looks like a woman to me, so I don't know what's going on. These could also be, hang on, are these the Formosan, like, do they appear in two places is what I'm, so kind of white shirt guy. Does this look like the woman from behind? I had thought that simply because of the nature of this sketch in this game. This is we constantly come back to this sketch as it's almost like the index of people that are on the ship, right? It's the visual index of people, of human beings that we're dealing with, at least on the ship. I don't know if external, you know, if we're going to meet some pirates or something like that. But, or maybe some ghosts, maybe some skeleton ghosts. Oh, I'd be so excited if we do. I love anything to do with skeletons, so that's great. Skeletons, I just want to tell you, like, so I'm really bad with horror stuff. Like, I don't watch horror films. I'm absolutely terrified of them in the bad way. So it's not something I expose myself to much. But without going on too much, like, you know, like I have so much respect for the genre of, like, let's say horror films, and also, you know, like horror games and other things that extends to, because I think it's such an amazingly interesting medium to tell stories in, the way that you can represent fears and tensions and ideas. You know, it's just kind of it's sci-fi, but another branch of it, right? It's so it's so interesting. But I simply, like, I have to, like, yeah, avoid most of it, which kind of sucks. A lot of the time I just read, like, if there's a horror film I think I'm really interested in, I just read a full plot description. That's my way of enjoying it. Anyway, that's getting beside the point. What I wanted to say is, although I am that person, I think one of the things that is really beautiful is that skeletons are, for me, never scary. Never scary skeletons. You know, like, everything else on the spectrum of, like, a dead human being can be utterly terrifying, or less so, but can be terrifying. I think skeletons in any form, not scary. They're jolly guys. They're jolly, weird creatures. Skeletons, right? You know, a skeleton isn't just, in fact, I think a lot of us are like this, right? Like, we don't really think about skeletons as, like, being the thing that's inside of us, that's inside of a human body. Like, when I see a skeleton in, like, a game or a movie or something like that, it's just a weird, separate creature, and they're always funny. Like, they're always a bit funny, and they're always kind of, yeah, like, I think, like, jolly, excellent, jangly characters. So skeletons a-okay in my book, and I think that they're wonderful. I think they're a wonderful, like, character type in anything. And every time a skeleton shows up, I'm happy to see them. It's like you get 10 points for just having a skeleton in anything that you're doing. So Yeah. Anyway, so I hope we see some like, we've seen skeletons aplenty, and there's going to be many more skeletons in this game, but I'd love to see some like living skeletons, you know what I mean? That'd be great. It'd be awesome. Like when you're in any kind of game that has like, you know, old ship stories from previous centuries, right? Like it feels like there's an opportunity for some moving skeletons at some point, right? So anyway, I'm just saying game, I would invite some skeleton action. Okay, now back to what I was thinking about. Is this the Formosan, are these four the same four that are represented in this image up here? I didn't think so originally, because no, that guy is bald. So hang on. Let's think this through. I didn't think so originally because, as I said, this is the index of people that are in the game. So I thought each person is represented once across this whole... They're obviously different pictures, but each person is represented once. Like, we have the captain in this picture, we don't have the captain in this picture. I don't think that there are... So far, and I could be totally wrong about this, I certainly didn't think that anybody would be represented in more than one of these individual pictures. But this is the first time I'm questioning that. Obviously, these guys are wearing something that is like this outfit, but they're both wearing light versions of it. So I don't think that they are these ones. Also, this guy, right, this is a bald guy with a little facial hair. This is a guy with dark hair. So these are two bald guys. So I don't know. I think they might also be like Formosan, but I don't think it's these same people. As far as these two, I don't know if they are being protected or manhandled here. Like, I don't know what this arm is here on this person. Because this guy has his arm out. Like, again, is he pushing this guy away? Is there a little bit of a struggle here? This guy seems to be... I don't know if they're being directed and helped. Or I don't know if they are being manhandled or being told... like, look away, don't look at what's being done here, or you guys were, like, with this person, you know, and we're killing him, so, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's interesting to think about. Either way, I don't think that these two are these two guards. Being bald and wearing a white or a light-coloured shirt is one of them maybe this person? I guess I'm inclined to think not, because these two seem like the Formosan royalty, right? These are the Formosan royalty. These are their guards. So I don't think that these two on the edge, who appear to be the manhandlers / the protectors or the helpers or the guiders in some other way, are the royalty. You would think it's these two. So that doesn't really match for me. So I think that they probably are different people. And in fact... Let us consult our other index of people. Oh, hang on. I just got to move the microphone a little bit. Sorry if that made a noise. So we have 4 people from Formosa here. They're just listed as passengers, so we don't know what their actual... This would go along with the picture that's in the middle, the Formosan royalty picture. So maybe they're not related. Maybe, the sort of similarity in dress that I'm seeing is something else. I mean, we do have 4 people from India. We've got 4 people from China. So maybe that's... But they're all listed as topmen. And there are other topmen as well. So that doesn't feel right either. Okay. Alright, I don't have answers, but I have questions. And questions are just as good, honestly. Alright, either way, we've seen it. We've seen it. Thank you, my man. If you could assist with your hand, assist with your little arm there, I appreciate it. Okay, so we've got more rooms to check out. So far, only one. Aha! Aha! Skeleton! Skeleton. In fact, is this one skeleton? Or two? One, I guess. There's just one head as far as I can see. Okay, so I just want to have a look in here first. So you got a little boat. God knows what that means. Like, I mean, is this like an emergency boat? But what is it doing in the rooms? How do you get this? It's just storage, I guess. I guess they just need to find storage wherever they can. Here we go. Exciting. How good is that sound?
Oh no, you're cut.
Well, we're dealing with a Scotsman.
Don't leave me.
Bear up, son. I'll stay with you.
Tell Pete's mother I tried my best.
Aye.
To pull him back, to save him.
You tell her yourself. Brennan! Bring the surgeon's kit!
God, there was a lot in that one. Okay. We got a ton of information there. So assuming that what we just saw there ends with the moment of death. Maybe that guy just died there. Like, this is the moment of death. He carked it at the end of that conversation there. Now, we learned a few things. One is that the person speaking, so presumably this guy here, Scottish. Ah! Oh, that's you! Oh! Hang on, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? That actually makes perfect sense, because William Hoskett, first mate, is the brother of Abigail, and they're Scottish, right? Like, they're Scottish, so how do I... Oh, is this a big tick because we got it correct? Oh, that's nice. Hang on. Where do I want to go? I want to go back to the crew manifest, actually. I just want to check this. Yeah. Yes, Scotland. All right, so there we go. That's perfect. Well, in a sense, we did. All right. All we've learned is that this is the person who is here, but we didn't learn any extra information about him. We've got it. Yeah, he and Abigail both Scottish, but otherwise we know about their deaths. Cool. We learned a lot of other stuff, though. What's going on here? We learned a lot of other stuff, which is... You know what? I know that what am I doing? I'm jumping ahead a little bit too much. Let's look around, because this is that little short period. Yeah. I should have looked around a little bit more, but I was getting ahead of myself. I was excited to start working through the information. It's okay. We'll go back. Yay! Oh my goodness. We're in a new chapter? That's very interesting. Escape. Oh, no. Who is this? How did they die? Well, I do not know yet. 3 others were present. I've only seen 2 of them because I was just standing here yapping, but that's okay. We'll go back and look. I think I've realized something about this that I didn't quite click with for the first 3 episodes. These are my own feet, right? Like, this is me. This is saying this is where you are. I'm going to test this right now. Oh, sorry, I can't. Yes, so there are proceedings that must be proceeded with. So we're probably going to go out here, right? Well, since you're letting me look around anyway. Okay, so there's a couple of other people. Can I just have a look at this? I know that they're waiting for me to do the dramatic moment, but does this work? Yeah. Ah, it's you! It's Mr. Knifey Mouth. So we have several people here who are from our first scene, i.e. the last scene, and you're the gunman. Ah. Okay. Oh, there's that look. This music. This is interesting. Let's do it. Here? Two dead bodies. Was that a dress? I didn't properly see. There is much to be done. Much to be done with this watch. Let's let it do its thing. So back in the present. Are you coming? You're coming around. Okay, you're taking a little sunny route to the corpse, to the memory of the corpse. Let's jump into this one then, since we're here. God, I haven't even been able to talk about what I've learned. Oh, so that is the gunman, I believe. That looks like the gunman's face. The gunman from the sketch, I mean. Wow. 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 So there's a lot going on here. What is being dropped here? Oh, is it the end of the... No, it's a gun, surely. A little gun? I thought maybe the truncheon sort of, the end of the truncheon snapped off, but no. Oh, this music. Goodness. This is great. Here we go. We're on a train. Let's ride this train. There is a lot to get our teeth stuck into here. Part 5 of the escape. God, I love all of the music in this game so much. Who is this and how did they die? What's all this, you damn fool? That's all we have. So we have part 6 and part 5. I mean, it makes sense because we kind of find the next corpse, you know, going back in time through each scene. I just had a sip of my coffee. This is so exciting. I love that we're amassing so much more data. I love that we're amassing more complexity. This makes it really, this makes the mystery really meaty. This makes the challenge interesting. This means that we've got a lot of stuff to go through, and that makes me happy. Okay, I'm not going to get too far into... I'm not going to get too far into making, like, guesses yet about deaths and people. Where are we headed? Oh, just here. Ah, this one. Next one. Let's do it. Let's amass the data of death. It's such a good sound because, in part, it's like a rattlesnake. Just a little jangle of danger. A little jangle of danger. But there's something also, like, another thing I like about this sound is that it matches the dithering. The shaking, like it's shaken sands. The shaken sands of time. Where are you going? Where are you going? You're just going here. You didn't really have far to travel. Haha. So yeah, this was not a skirt. That was a... Okay. I know that we could kind of keep going with this, but I just want to use this. I want to have a little look around in these, because I'm not, I need to have a look around in each moment, you know. I know, I don't know. Maybe the way some people approach this game, I'm sure everyone does it really differently, right? Some people kind of just go through all of the chapter's deaths first before they kind of look around. Some people like, I don't know. I like to have, quite frankly, a scattered approach. Like to just go where I feel like going in the moment, and I don't want to have put rules around like how I do this. I just want to kind of like vibe it. Yeah. So we know these. We know these. I don't think I even noticed this blood before. And that's a knife. That be a knife. That be a knife. So this guy got stabbed then, most likely. Okay. While I'm here, I want to open these other two doors. Oh, that's a pretty desk. With a horn. Maybe a horn? Horn would fit on a ship, right? Someone's gotta do like a boo sound. Maybe that's how you do that. Another little ship. So this must be their bed. Do they really have to sleep right underneath this ship? Can they increase its height a little bit so that they're not immediately staring at that ship as they lie there? So another single bed. This person gets a full-on cannon in their room. That's probably smashed from the other side, from the other incident. As ominous as it looks, I'm sure that that's some kind of ship-related rope. More of these bags, these sacks. All right. What I was trying to ignore there is the fact that there's this kind of rope that looks like that, and that there's, yeah, anyway. Maybe it'll come up. So is that the end? Because all of this is just the gunnery. The gunnery is what I'm going to call it. I don't think there's other doors to open here. Okay, all right. So I think that's all of them. Cool. Well, shall we keep going? Shall we keep going? That's it. Is that scratches on the door? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe. I guess I don't have anything else for comparison. I don't know. I'm actually thinking that I want to go back to this one. I'm going to have a look at this conversation again. So, he even says, "Oh no, you're cut. I was a bit busy just thinking Scottish." So, yeah, stabbed. This guy stabbed. "Don't leave me. Bear up, son. I'll stay with you. Tell Pete's mother," okay, I tried my best to pull him back to save him. To pull him back to save him. So we don't know which of the other incidents in this chapter this relates to, but someone called Pete died prior to this guy. And maybe we'll see this guy. You tell her yourself, Brennan, bring the surgeon's kit. Bring the surgeon's kit. Now we know who the surgeon is. It's our mysterious Henry Evans. I'm still really thinking, like, why would Henry have a chapter that we cannot touch yet until we finish the rest? You know, is it because Henry is giving himself time to escape before we discover the truth about him? Is it because, like, why would the delay matter, is what I'm thinking. Is it because we need to understand the story, the full richness of the rest of the story, before we can put the bargain in context? Which actually maybe, if Henry is involved in the bargain, which I am currently giving a lot of weight to as a theory. Yeah, like maybe the fuller context. Maybe Henry feels that us learning the fuller context of the ship helps to justify his role in the bargain, if the bargain is indeed a morally ambiguous thing. Maybe it's because, again, it's about our time spent on the ship. Maybe we're slowly being infected with something. and so the reveal about that infection occurs with the bargain, right? Like maybe if we take a note out of a horror story kind of narrative here, maybe Henry has, in a sense, taken part in a bargain, been party to a bargain that has, in a sense, cursed him in some way. And maybe he is trying to shift the curse to us, and maybe spending time on this ship does that. And then he can reveal the final chapter that goes, oh, you've been cursed. Actually, maybe. I don't know. I'm just like, why? What I'm trying to do is think about, like, what's the theory around this delay? Why is it time? Is it context? Is it, you know, like justification? I don't know. Yeah. All right. So someone nearby is called Brennan. Someone nearby is called Brennan. Brennan. Why did I not see a Brennan? Hang on, Brennan is a last name. Brennan, Henry Brennan, seaman, England. Okay. Henry Brennan. The other name in question, hang on, the other name in question was Pete, right? Tell Pete's mother. Tell Pete's mother. That's what I meant to do. So which Pete are we talking about? Could be Peter Milroy, midshipman. Is that the only Pete? Yep. Okay. Now, I suppose the other thing I'm thinking about Henry Evans, the surgeon. So first off, that's interesting. Okay. That's interesting. So the escape is after the doom. After the doom, but before the end. Okay. That could even mean that Pete's death that is being referenced here doesn't even occur here. It could occur in any of the previous chapters, and certainly it could occur in the doom as well. It could occur in the doom. So we don't even know if it's here, though. All we know is that someone nearby here in this moment is called Brennan. Okay. In the midshipman cabin. Okay, right. So maybe let's just go out on a limb here. This guy, whoever they are, got knifed by an unknown attacker. Yeah, we don't know. I'm kind of happy with that one for now. Three others were present. So one of what I want to work out, we know who this is. We know who this is. This is our knifed guy. So either this guy or this guy. Both killed by the captain. Is called Brennan. And Brennan was just it was just seaman, right? I guess I'm just like maybe if this guy is like, I don't know, like his position as a shooter here, does that give him any kind of elevated position? I don't know. So one of those two is Brennan then. I might go back to this one. Escape. What are we escaping from and how?
What's all this, you damn fool?
What's all this, you damn fool? Alright. Do I think this is a gun? Is it in his hand? It is hard to see from that angle. I think it is. I think he has a gun. God, this music is so good. Ah, this door has scratches on it as well. Okay, so that's probably just wood. That's probably just wood patterning. Okay. Alright, good. Something. So this one here, you are hat guy. I'm a little bit concerned about what's gone on with his face there, I've got to say. Has he been shot in the face? That is horrid. That is horrid, man. Ugh. So, you could be Brennan. You're a hat guy. You're someone of reasonable importance. Oh, this is also a guy with a hat, right? Yeah. Yep, okay, that's William. Got it. So William, all right. William comes down the stairs. There's been a kerfuffle of some sort, maybe. William comes down the stairs. What's going on? What's all this? What's all this? Big trail of blood. Big trail of blood. That is so much blood. To this person here. That one at the back there. Okay. Who was crawling in here? And what is going on outside there? Huh. Is it just a rough seas? Like, I don't know where we are in time now. I know chapter-wise we're between the doom and the end, but does that mean that the octopus is completely gone, the octopus is dealt with, or is there still octopus activity, and is that what we're escaping from? I tend to think the octopus is probably, I would guess, the octopus has been dealt with and we're escaping from something else. But I wonder if this one is coming in here because this is his room. Now he looks like he's got a big cut No, no, no. No, sorry. Yeah, I mean, there's that. Sorry, I thought this was a cut on his back, but no, it's a full-on implement. He's been stabbed, and whatever he's been stabbed with is still in there. Right. Whee! Sorry, dude. Sorry. I should give you some dignity. Okay, so this one's been stabbed. That's probably... Oh, so hang on. You were stabbed here. I see, you're that guy. Got it. I've put two and two together. He sees this dude here who was knifed. He moves him all the way. So this guy, I'm just thinking like, whatever has happened here, he was possibly this is where he was stabbed for the first time. He appears bleeding like crazy, definitely gonna die. He has crawled all the way over here. This guy, our first mate, sees him. Billy sees him. Billy picks him up after whatever other shenanigans occur, brings him into this room. It's just a long way to bring a bleeding, like a profusely bleeding, stabbed person, right? Brings him all the way into here. Why? Why here? Why here? Is this William's room? I don't know why you would do that. Anyway. Everybody here. A person of interest for me. I mean, they're all people of interest. Okay. Hat guy. Still unknown, but shall we say clubbed? Clubbed by... I don't know. Could be by Brennan. Could be by Brennan. Could be by someone else. Not sure. Not enough to go by yet. This guy... Is this the guy? Oh man, I'm struggling. I'm gonna have to go back over it. What I was just thinking, is this the guy that Abigail was yelling out to? Though I've forgotten what the name was. I'll go back to it. It's a mystery for in a little bit. How interesting. Why did you want to go in here? Don't know. It might not even be him heading in here. It might just be him madly looking for, to get away from here, and there's an open door there. It could be as simple as that. Now this is open now, but I can't go up there. I guess because we're being blocked by William. But also, what is all of this? What is all of this? I'm just trying to look out the other windows. And why is everyone stabbing each other? Okay. Alright, I think I've had a good look around here. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. So let's shift over now. Dun dun. It's so good. The music is just freaking amazing.
Captain Cameron.
Uh-huh.
You have a plan?
Yes. Take a ship and sail east. Trade wretched fish and shells for gold.
Wretched fish?
Mutiny!
Mutiny! Bastard! No!
Wow. Wow. Oh man, this is a nasty one. This is a nasty one. So there's some kind of kerfuffle between these two people. There's a struggle between these two people. This one is shot in the face by this one. That much I've got. Okay. It's you. So this one... Huh. It's such an interesting effect with the sound there. Okay. Well, look, the relationship here is at least clear. One, two, three, 4 more parts to go. So this is a really interesting... not this one. Yeah, we don't have this in the book yet, so I can't look back at the conversation. I'm doing that thing where I just like let's charge in. All right, so here's our guy partway to so he gets stabbed. It could even be, just judging from the distance, he gets stabbed in like part 3 or something like that, right? But it takes him a good few parts to die. Man, this is the most this music is so good. I just can't get over it. It's so perfect. It's so perfect for the like the fun of the drama. Like, I'm sorry to all of these people who have gone through something terrible and have died in terrible ways, but the drama is so much fun. The drama is alive and jaunty. This is really interesting. Captain cannot be trusted. So, whether they mean like, oh, the captain's been possessed by a spirit or something, or whether they just mean we have a critical fundamental disagreement with the captain's way of doing things, which I suspect it is. I suspect like there's all of this awful, magical, horrible death, ravaging stuff going on, and they want to do something about it, and the captain doesn't want to do whatever that thing is about it. And eventually, we know it leads to them trying to get into the captain's quarters to get the shells that are in there. I've just... Why? Why has my brain done this? It's just gone, hang on, shells. To mention of shells, actually, could it be that we're actually talking about shells? Trade wretched fish and shells for gold. Like, what are you talking about? For gold? Who would buy... Outside of like a major fishing operation, sure, you can make gold from that. But like, what are you guys talking about? We take ship and sail east... Trade wretched... I don't know if he's saying wretched fish as in this is a living that is below me, but let's just do it anyway. He might just mean wretched as in like the way we would say bloody. We'll trade the bloody fish, we'll trade bloody fish. We'll trade wretched fish and shells for gold. It could just be that. But I can't help a little bit of a crazy thought that maybe like, since they're talking about, are we talking about like some very specific shells here that are involved in all of this, and maybe that relates to the shells? Am I remembering correctly? Let me check. Is this the conversation? And take more than those shells. I was assuming ammunitions, that they wanted ammunition to kill somebody. But actually, maybe we're talking about seashells, right? Are we talking about seashells that are cursed seashells? I don't know. Look, it's one of many many wild and crazy thoughts that I'm having about these conversations. God, this is so much fun. This is so much fun. So the captain cannot be trusted. So this is our... So the person speaking here is our victim. We know this. This is the guy with the hat and the beard who gets his face blown off. Enough. Captain cannot be trusted. This guy is against the captain. We take a ship and sail east, trade wretched fish and shells for gold. Huh? Who's there? Someone says, mutiny, mutiny. Our victim says, fresh bastard. No. I probably need to listen to this one again to get like the context. But it's a little bit confusing about like, someone comes in saying mutiny, mutiny. Is this the person that they end up fighting with? It seems like the person saying mutiny is telling them that there's a mutiny going on, right? It seems to me like they're sounding the alarm that there's a mutiny. And therefore, I don't know why, you know, this guy would fight with this person. So maybe this is a separate, like this one is a separate person not involved in this conversation. This is who the mutiny alarm is about. Fresh bastard. I don't know. I guess that's just an exclamation, right? Like, no. Interesting. Okay, but I'm going to have to leave this episode here. Unfortunately, it's time. I'm having such a good time. I hope you guys are enjoying this as well. Oh, man. So many people speak so highly of this game. So many people have said this is, you know, among their top games or their favorite game. And I can already at this stage see why. And, you know, I don't know what's ahead of me, right? But like, it is so beautifully and elegantly put together. It is such a fantastic idea about how to traverse and explore a thrilling mystery. Yeah, there's a lot of layers going on about, you know, this game. And yet it's all put together in such a wonderfully simple package. Very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. Again, thank you guys for recommending this game to me. I love it. I love it. All right, so I'm very enthusiastic about getting to the next episode. I'm sure you are too. I will see you there. Thank you so much for being a part of this blind playthrough, traversing the mysteries of the Obra Dinn. You know, any likes for the video, subscribes for the channel are much appreciated, as are all of your wonderful, like, positive, enthusiastic comments. Thank you so much. It really, really, really gives me a lot of motivation to do this. Thank you. I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care.